Hi, my name is Adora, 35 years old. My marriage is a big mistake, and unfortunately, the way I fixed it made it worse. Now I have to bear what I have done. People who looked at my life often thought that I was a lucky woman. Not only did I own a large house, but I also had a talented husband. But they didn't know what I had to endure behind that good image. Lucas and I had been married for more than 5 years, but we still had no children. I always blame myself for that because my womb is not normal. Despite having tried many methods for a long time, none of them worked. Over time, my husband started to become impatient. He no longer wanted to try new measures and always tried to avoid the topic. Because of that, we often quarreled, making the atmosphere in the family very suffocating. But even if Lucas lost hope, I still wouldn't give up. Every month, I regularly injected myself with ovulation stimulants. It was really painful and had many side effects such as nausea or shortness of breath, but to protect my family's happiness, I accepted that readily. And not only my love life, my career was also in trouble. The high school I recently transferred to was a nightmare. Students here had no respect for teachers and often caused trouble. The worst among them was Anselm, the delinquent in my homeroom class. He always drove me crazy with his pranks. Right in our first class, Anselm was late. Even though he was warned, he didn't show any repentant attitude. He even challenged me by putting both feet on the table. I immediately expelled that rebellious student from my classroom. Our first impressions didn't go well, and the next few times weren't much better. I always caught sight of Anselm while he was smoking with his friends or sneaking away from school. I was hoping my punishment would change him, but instead it made him hate me even more. Anselm always opposed me. One time, to take revenge on me, he broke into the teacher's office and stole the exam papers of the subject I taught and handed it out to all students. As a result, I got reprimanded by the principal. They assumed that I exposed the exam. An investigation was conducted very quickly after that. It was found that Anselm was the culprit. I was very angry and wanted him to be punished for his actions. But then I accidentally discovered the secret behind Anselm's mischief. That day, I asked to meet with his parents to talk about their son. Despite waiting for a long time, no one came to meet me. Through the words of my colleagues, I found out that Anselm's family was not happy. His father was unemployed and an alcoholic, and his mother had left home for a long time. They never cared to show up at school when the teachers asked to meet them. That is probably the reason why Anselm was always naughty. After hearing that story, I gradually became softer and cared more about him. I believe kindness could change this rebellious student. Despite my best efforts, Anselm still had a grudge against me. He was always annoyed when I tried to help, until one day when I was on my way home from work, I saw Anselm being beaten by a group of fierce teenagers. They repeatedly hit his leg with a cane.